Welcome everybody to another exciting episode of the LunarBlades Wrestling Federation. We got championships on the line tonight, and I'm excited just like I was last week during the Titan Rules matches. Of course, it's me, Jack Human, who's lost another 2 pounds. And my broadcast partner here is going to make some lovely comments on my slim figure.
Yeah, this is Blaze Garlemon. This fool hasn't lost 2 pounds. I think he's picked up 18 more pounds.
That's two pounds.
Yeah, 2 pounds and nothing.
Anyway, our very first match, we have the Manly Manderville Championship on the line here. Trail's making his way down to the ring. And speaking of making their way down to the ring, I can see Nokmis making her way down to the announcer's table.
Hello, everybody.
You want to have a seat?
How you doing?
Here.
I thank you.
Oh, it's great. I love having, guest commentators on, championships on the line. This is a huge night. Not as big as last week, because that was a huge night, but this is a huge night. Everything's huge except for me.
We got one of the great former champions here, and you're talking about it's not as great as last week. I should smack another 5 pounds off of your face.
Oh, actually, that would help me out a lot. It's all about them gains, bro.
Don't you ever say bro to me again. I'm not your brother.
Okay, bro.
And you better not ever
gains.
say that.
I'm hoping to, eventually at some point regain my title.
Well, you came damn close to becoming #1 contender last week. Snail Trail making his way to the ring. You were in the final 3 of that Titan Rules match, the one that would have put you right into the contendership at the pay-per-view this week, which actually would have put you right up against Enchanter, as we've expressed before. You guys are a couple.
Mm-hmm.
A very lovely couple at that. I'm actually glad that it didn't come to you versus her.
That would have been an interesting matchup, for sure.
Not ruling out that we'll ever see it, but hopefully when we actually do see it, it's a friendly competition.
Oh, most certainly. It's one of the things that you have to expect, both of us competitors, eventually at some point we're going to end up facing off in the ring, and we just got to, put in the mindset that it's the best person, the best competitor will win.
And that's the way it should be. Instead, we see a lot of pettiness and revengefulness around here. It's
Revengefulness.
Yes, that's a word now.
That's a perfectly good word.
See? No, Cumas agrees with me.
Coming out, looking awfully confused, wondering what the hell this guy that just walked out in front of him is wearing. I saw it on his face.
Well, Raiden, of course, the creator of the LunarBlades, he's the man responsible for, all of this.
Well, why isn't he running the show and not in Dog is running the show? Lies.
Well,
all you do is spew lies.
Well, of course, Dog, Ruben, and Ed run the LunarBlades Wrestling Federation.
See, I thought it was Nokomis' world.
Well, it is.
It most certainly should be anyway. I'd like to see the world more through your eyes,
I love my rose-colored glasses, I always try to see the best in everything. Sometimes, gotta add a little more blush.
You see, a positive attitude. Blaze, you could learn something from Nokmis.
I always got a positive attitude. I positively want to shove my foot up your ass every time I see you. And I'm positive that you're a sack of shit, Jack.
Well, I'm positive that I could probably whoop your ass. I whooped some ass just a couple days ago, in fact. Yeah.
Oh my god.
As Tio, the Manly Manderville
guys.
champion, makes his way to the ring. But no, check this out, right? I went down to an Empire bar. You know, they're rough, they're rowdy, they smell. Like, I mean, wash the armor. Seriously, guys. A little bit of armor soap goes a long way. And they're all drunk. And this isn't very... Oh, Blaze, I think even you would have hated this. But I went up to the biggest guy in there, and I said, "Hey, you, I want to fight you." And he punched me 5 times in the face. I fell over on top of him and knocked his ass out. Yeah, see? They said if I was on top of him for another 30 seconds, I probably would have crushed all of his ribs.
That sounds like some type of regular little Eorzean bar.
But seriously, what's with the armor?
Gridania. Because it sounds like you were in Gridania. What do they call them? Alders? Wherever those yellow guys' name is. That's what it sounds like you were in.
And there's that beautiful Manly Manderville belt. This is an Extreme Rules. Absolutely no holds barred 4-way match for the belt. And this is just opening up the show.
Wasn't this the Fight Anywhere belt, if I recall correctly?
That it is. It does have the stipulation of 24/7, but for some odd reason, we can never get 2 announcers on.
And they are fighting in the ring because of what?
Well, they're currently outside the ring. And on top of that, for some odd reason, you can't have backroom brawls between more than one person. Or 2 people, sorry.
Marwart. That's what I would have done. Drug his ass out right in Marwart. Land his ass with a grocery cart.
But you know, the rules don't stipulate that the Manly Manderville champion has to be a male. Have you ever thought about going for it, Nokmis?
For the Manly Manderville?
Yeah.
If I had the opportunity, I would. I would definitely go for it. I could probably show these men a thing or 2.
I'm absolutely certain that you could. It's just too bad that the game won't allow us to do that. Oh, geez, I think I heard a 4th wall ghost there.
Ooh. I was about to say, was there like a... I think I heard something shatter just a second ago.
Yeah, every once in a while the 4th wall ghost pops in. It's really weird. It's kind of scary.
Let's see here. I think we just got a call from the LunarBlades Wrestling Federation lawyers. They say one more time like that, Jack, and you're going out of here.
Yeah, go ahead. Fire me. You see, Blaze, that's the thing. That's the thing, Blaze. I don't care anymore. You never got that from last week, do you? I just really don't care.
Uh-huh.
And Snail Trail with a pin.
Positive attitudes. Now you just don't care. Make your damn mind up.
I am positive that I just don't care. See, there you go.
Yeah. That red freaking suit, though. What the hell?
Well, Snail Trail brought in a kendo stick, struck once with it, and got rid of it.
Well, you know, it's kind of smart because, you know, if it's not a disqualifications match, that's good planning.
Well, I think he might have the plan, maybe store it for later. But with Tio sitting right there, better hope that he doesn't notice it.
That's what I was about to say. You just gotta kind of hope that nobody else notices it and is able to utilize that. in the match.
And I don't know what just happened. I think there might be a healer class around because Snail just teleported right out of the ring.
The teleportability is a great thing. It's gotten me out of trouble several times.
Raiden going for the pin. Only a 2 count. I'm not a big fan of teleportation. It makes my stomach feel funky.
Well, it came in handy when I was trying to escape from the view of Clara, the little halfling creature.
And speaking of Clara, she followed you into the match last week, and yet she doesn't have a contract here. I legitimately think that she just stalked you out to the ring. That was certainly an odd one.
She's definitely an odd character, and you know, I give her props for her enthusiasm and persistence. But yeah, there's a line that gets drawn, and she tends to overstep that.
I can certainly say that. Had her own entrance music and everything. I don't know what the hell that was about. Either way, there's a ladder in the ring. Now a table looks like it's coming in. Treo and Tio teeing off against each other. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk all over you. What was that?
No worries. I was saying tables can be dangerous.
Well, I hear that a good mixture is always tables and ladders and chairs.
Oh my.
Oh God.
And Raiden just about walked away with it. I think that for a second there, Tio was trying to take the rope with him. And Raiden just all over Snail. Would that be a smart strategy in this kind of match, Nokmis? Just focus on one opponent?
That can be smart. I mean, as long as the other one's distracted, like the other two are out of the ring. I mean, where you're the only two in the ring and there's the other two outside. Yeah, by all means, focus on the one opponent in the ring, and maybe you might be able to score yourself to victory.
Well, this is a Falls Count Anywhere match, so a pin can take place outside the ring as well.
And then that kind of changes things a little bit.
But Raiden has just been all over Snail, reversing everything, and I think that's it. We have ourselves a new Manly Manderville champion, Raiden Shadowblade.
Guess he saw everything coming with that big ass red suit he has on.
I think you're thinking about Snail.
That's what I'm saying. He saw everything coming and reversed it.
It certainly does stand out in a crowd anyway.
Definitely making his presence known. That's at least, you know, putting yourself on the map, putting yourself out there. Definitely great for merch.
What job is he again? To be wearing a big red suit?
I think possibly a blue mage.
I don't know.
A blue mage wearing red.
It's to throw off their enemies.
Well, it worked on me.
Back in the Empire, guys with suits and hats like that were called pimps. Think that may be his job.
I think I'd look all right in a pimp suit. Of course, the way I'm just shedding the pounds, pretty soon I'm going to look good in a bathing suit.
You know who I just caught in a pimp suit the other day?
Oh, gossip. I love gossip. Who?
I just saw a dog in a pimp suit. Had the cane and everything. Fuzzy hat.
Well, we really shouldn't be surprised by that.
Not entirely. Although I will question the top of the cane though.
What was at the top? I'm kind of scared to ask.
It kind of looked like a gold tonberry. Is he selling out?
Well, in my own humble opinion, he's always been a sellout, but he did have some words to say after his match. He, of course, was part of the Titan Rules match, a 30-man Titan Rules match last week. And he sounded actually pretty disappointed. I think he was disappointed in himself. Of course he would be. He just lost a huge match. And so did 29 other people, to be fair. But he did make the comments that he wasn't able to buy out Griff. And then he beat Griff. And then people booed him. Which I think kind of serves him right.
Right.
So I don't know. Oh, what was that, Blaze?
You're saying he beat him honestly, and you're still complaining.
I'm not complaining. I'm just simply stating the facts.
It serves him right. What do you mean it serves him right? I hope he comes out here and fires your ass right now.
Yeah, go ahead. A guy like me, I can get work anywhere. Maybe even as a male model soon enough.
You could be a male model for the Moogle services.
It's okay.
No
I'll let you model my merchandise. Although the halter tops may not fit as well.
Oh, you don't have any in my size?
Well, you may have some in your size, but what I'm saying is it's not going to be as voluptuous as, say, on my curved figure.
Well, I can certainly agree with you there, but I think that one of them would probably make me look a little more slender. And it wouldn't be a halter top, it would be a slender belt.
A slender belt.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a belt that goes, from, like, your waist to your, upper pectorals that cinches up in the back and makes you look a little bit more slender. It's a manly thing, Blaze. You wouldn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we called those corsets.
That's what I thought they called them.
No. Have you ever heard of a bra? What you're describing is a bro.
A fool, Jack. And your lies will only work on yourself. You're just lying to yourself.
Well, it's better than spewing lies every week here, Blaze.
So the Kilmus, you want a job? We're about to get rid of this fool here.
See, I already have a job. It's being the women's champion.
Don't worry. We'll make arrangements for you to do both.
You see? And now here you are pushing other people, Blaze.
I'm not pushing anybody. Maybe we can find that little stalker, Clara. Maybe she'll come out here and do it.
Don't bring up that name.
What she does go work.
Look at Blaze. You're making her upset.
What she does go work. She makes a good documentary journalist.
I try my best. No, but Clara is really good with journalism. It's just a little on the creepy stalker side.
Well, that's, same thing. Have you seen her pictures?
I don't know if I want to see her pictures. I've heard about her pictures.
Blaze, I get the feeling that you're making Nokmis a little bit uncomfortable with these questions.
I'm being a journalist myself right now.
Well, you're not supposed to be a journalist right now. You're supposed to be a commentator.
I'm a journalistic commentator.
You're a journalist ass.
Well, they got those in every other wrestling universe that I know of.
Anyway, we're getting ready for a La match. Pop World Championship on the line. Since it was vacated weeks ago.
It went on vacation. Where'd it go?
Even the belts get more vacation time than we do.
I know. I think I'll go back to the Empire next week. Potatoes. I mean, pop-toes.
Papatos.
But like, what's the household been like since Enchanted got the #1 contendership last week? Has everything been steady and good on your end?
Everything's been fairly normal. You know, it's one of those that I consider, if Enchanter gets the belt, then I'm only like 1 degree away from it. So it's in the family.
Well, I certainly think that you should be put into a #1 contender once the issue with the belt is resolved. After all, you were in the final 3 of that Titan Rules match.
That would definitely be good.
I'm a big fan of Nokmis, but just giving away #1 contenders on default just isn't right, because Evelyn is a very dangerous competitor right now.
Yeah, certainly have to get through Enchanter will have to get through Evelyn first, and that devastating rack of hers.
That rack is the die for.
And
I tell you, it's a killer.
And this is actually a mini Titan match. Of course, the entire object is to get your opponent up and over that top rope. I think somebody was making a joke by making this a La match. Like, could you imagine being a La? That must have been hard enough last week for all of them in that Titan Rules match. They have to lift somebody about 4 feet above them to get them over that top rope.
I can imagine that'd be a feat. But this is definitely entertaining.
And there goes Zune. We're down to Arismont, who is a former champion, Rin, and Helping Hands. Helping Hands, of course, making his debut last week in the 30-man Titan Rules match. That certainly can't be easy. These kinds of matches, can it, Nokmis? Because you can be knocked out at, like, any second.
Oh, most certainly. It's one of those you kind of have to have your head on a swivel and your eyes in the back of your head going, because you can get approached and kicked out at any moment.
With the key strategy just to try to stay in the middle? Because I noticed a lot of people get picked up and taken towards the ropes whenever they stay in the middle.
I found that I do my best work in the corner, because that way at least the corner and the ropes are behind me, and then everything is like full forward in front of me.
Well, I think Arismont may have overheard you and is trying her strategy right now, hanging out in the corner and almost getting eliminated after getting bloodied.
Guess he came up short on his little strategy.
That was just a little joke, wasn't it, Blaze?
Yeah, just a little joke. You know, gotta put their shortcomings out there sometimes. And looks like he had a little taunt going for a while too. You know.
Yeah, I think he was pretty happy that he got out of that situation. But Helping Hands is just owning this match.
It's a powerful move, that tiny swing.
Yeah, I don't think it works too well on bigger opponents, because I don't think that they can actually get the momentum to lift them off the ground. Actually, I did hear about one Lala that did it. Drugged the poor opponent on the ground for like an hour.
Well, you'd be surprised. The mat can burn a little bit if you're dragged across it for too long.
Kind of like a carpet burn?
Yeah, about the same, yeah.
Ugh. And those can certainly be nasty, I'll tell you that much. Arismont trying to and succeeding, eliminating Rin. This is between Arismont, the former champion, and Helping Hands, who just made his debut last week. So, Nokmis, we've seen Evelyn utilize that devastating rack of hers time and time again. There's only been one person to get out of it, and that was Enchanter. What would your strategy against it be if she was able to put you in her rack?
Oh, geez. I would do everything I possibly could to try and escape. Whether it's, you know, wriggling free as best I could. Sometimes you just kind of have to brute force it and try to make them let go.
You see, and this is where my added weight comes into play. There's no way she'd be able to pick me up. You see, Blaze? It's strategy.
But weren't you losing weight, you fool?
That's part of my, training to be a monk regime.
And what type of monk are you trying to train to be?
A slimmer, skinnier, sexier one.
Oh my goodness. The only monk you could be is either a monkey or a chipmunk, Jack.
Well, that's just nuts.
Those are squirrels.
Either nuts or bananas.
Bananas. That's a monkey. And that is the correct answer.
And the former champion, Arismont, regains his championship after probably a good month without it. I guess his taunting in the corner did pay off.
See, he took my strategy and it worked for him.
Maybe Helping Hands could have used a little helping hand or some sort. He might have been able to finish that one off. What?
I don't know. Helping Hands did really well and was kind of dominating for a while.
He certainly led the pack and then just kind of puttered out at the end.
See, that's what happens when you go all in at the very beginning. You lose stamina.
And as we all know, stamina is a very important thing. I can now run about 12 feet without having to gasp for breath. See? Working on my stamina.
Are you sure it's 12 feet?
And they may be facing each other at the pay-per-view, but tonight Enchanter and Evelyn will be teaming up.
It's a traitor. What do you think about that, Nokmis? She's a traitor.
How so? I'm not totally following.
You better watch her. They say, you know, you'll be #1 contender, and all of a sudden, Evelyn will pop out the closet and put you in the rack. I've seen it go down all the time in the Empire.
Did you say pop out of the closet? Blaze, do you often hide in the closet?
No, that's you that does that.
See, I'm more worried about Clara popping out of the closet than I am of Evelyn.
That's an excellent point.
Oh, well, she won't come out. She'll stay in there and just film. I've seen her do it many times. I mean,
Oh,
I don't think I want to know, Blaze.
she posts the videos up all the time. She's even got a website.
Or else maybe you were hiding in there with her, Blaze?
I'm an Empire man. I don't hide. Jack.
You're hiding your true feelings.
And as an Empire man, we also don't have feelings. Except for killing. Taking over people's countries.
Well, you haven't been doing too good of a job.
Well, you know, not too many patches came out this year, so not too many new countries and continents to take over. Then with Xenos putting itself back together. Been a downward spiral for a little while.
Yeah, all it really did take was just one warrior of light to completely screw you guys over.
Ain't that a bit? Whole
It's amazing.
damn army got beat by one warrior.
Yeah, it's amazing how much, like the warrior of light is capable of. Like, I mean, he completely defeats the Empire, and then all of a sudden he's got to run from one person to another person to deliver something for months on end.
Next time I see him, I'm gonna have him give him a piss test. I think he's dirty.
Yeah, it might be a good idea. So if you weren't at the commentator's table right now, would you be rooting on Enchanter and Evelyn in their corner?
I would still be rooting for them. I mean, and if they were to lose, well, then, it's all Evelyn's fault because, she apparently didn't work well with Enchanter.
No, Enchanter doesn't look too impressed, tell you that much. And on her way to the ring is Amy Black. I wonder if there's any relation to Drago.
I don't know. Do they spell it the same?
It most certainly is.
Well, damn. You know what, y'all see me licking my lips. It's just because they got these things in the Empire called, blooming onions. That's what her hair reminds me of. Getting kind of hungry right now.
Kamehameha. Sorry, that was my laugh there. Just weird how it came out that way.
Yeah. Speaking of those monkeys, I tell you. What, she's new too, isn't she?
Making her debut tonight.
I've never seen that damn hair before.
Don't know how wise of an idea it is to go into a match against two #1 contenders for the women's LunarBlades Women's Championship.
Budget must be doing pretty good since Cat left. You know, getting a nod to new wrestler these days. Just saying.
There certainly is a large bump, and speaking of which, Elise Shadowblade making her way to the ring.
She's also new, isn't she?
Yeah, I don't know why she wasn't in the 2 8-women Titan Rules matches last week. I'm sure whoever put the card together will certainly thought that she was.
Must not play too important of a role there. Or she just got a job. You know. Happens like this involved.
But speaking of the Titan Rules match, you were eliminated quite brutally by Katanora last week. Any plans on that?
Well, I would definitely love to settle any differences that her and I have one-on-one. That would be something I would definitely love to do. But I mean, you know, my ultimate goal is to, you know, bring home my title.
Even if it's around the waist of Enchanter at the next pay-per-view?
Again, that wouldn't be so bad. I mean, granted, you know, still family, so I would be very supportive.
But are you willing to do what it takes to get that belt around your own waist?
In friendly competition, of course.
There's no such thing as friendly competition there in the cubes.
Of course there is.
Oh no. You know, I used to have like 5 brothers and there's only 2 of us left now.
You see, and that's why he's so angry.
I'm not angry, I'm very happy. I never liked them anyway.
This is how he hides his emotions.
Well, in order to be the best, you gotta be the best. It's just the way it is.
Okay, so the way I look at it, it's like playing a friendly game of triple triad. You know, it's
Friendly.
You know, you're being friendly and you're being competitive all at the same time. That would be what it would be.
Don't mention triple triad around Blades. 14 were dead after the last game he lost.
Yeah, I'm right. Some bitch had cards up his sleeve.
He didn't even have any sleeves.
Yes, he did. Then the bastard had nerve to play White Eyes Blue Dragon or some shit. And I said, wait a minute, this isn't a triple triad card.
And Amy Black was able to lock in that rack. At least able to break it up, though.
Triple triad.
Don't you mean Evelyn was able to lock in that rack?
Yeah.
Sorry. There's just so much action in the ring right now.
See what I got put up with the Kims? I tell you, this guy is a professional.
I mean, granted, you know, both of them, they're all the same to me, but, you know, at the same time, it's just another foe I have to face, you know, to get my title.
Just another ass to kick. Just say it like it is.
That's putting it bluntly.
There you go. Unless you're a botanist, there's no need to beat the bushes. Just get straight to the point.
No, but see, that's my secondary. I'm a botanist, and you know, on the other times, I'm like a leather worker.
Oh damn!
Oh.
I need a pair of boots.
I make my own garments, as you can tell, you know, from my in-ring attire. I made that.
Okay, that's pretty good. You know, I always did say I was a fan of that Empire Black.
It's one of my favorite colors. I will admit.
And Amy able to get the pin on Enchanter. That's pretty surprising. I certainly think that the two newcomers, Amy and Elise, are able to work together better as a team, Enchanter and Evelyn just kept on kind of going off on their own thing.
Yeah, you put Enchanter and Evelyn together. Both of them are mainly singles competitors.
And as I said, you know, if they were to lose, it's going to be Evelyn's fault. At case in point.
You certainly said it at the beginning of the match. That's a strong debut for these two.
I will give them credit though. They did put up a good match for their first time.
And we'll come back for the second half of this episode while they celebrate their huge win in the ring. Will you be joining us for the second half, Nokmis?
I will.
Is it because I asked?
Almost certainly. I don't have anywhere else I have to be, so might as well join you guys in commentating.
Boom. Blaze. Ladies love me.
Damn fool.